Hey there, it's Lynn from My Pixie Dust Diary. I want to share a few tips with you about traveling with kids to the Walt Disney World Resort. If you need more information, you can always find us at mypixiedustdiary.com. We also have a Facebook page for the My Pixie Dust Diary fan club. It's My Pixie Dust Diary there. We are on Instagram and Twitter at Linny Wiltsey, and I am so happy to help you plan your practically perfect Disney vacation. Every Disney vacation is truly different and unique, no matter how many times you've been or how many times you plan to go. Every trip is completely different. There are new experiences and new things happening all the time. So a little bit of planning goes a long way in the world of planning for your Disney vacation. So a lot of people take their kids to Disney, and it can be a little overwhelming. It can be a little stressful. I've been there, done that, suffered, and survived a ton of meltdowns. But there are some things that you can do before you go just to kind of have a game plan in place when things happen. If your child walks at home and they're delightful and great, and you don't think you need the stroller, let me tell you, take the stroller. If they still fit into a stroller comfortably, I strongly encourage you to take the stroller. There is a ton of walking at Disney, and I'm tired at the end of the day. So my little peanuts are super exhausted by the end of the day. There's a lot of walking to the different attractions and shows and entertainment, and it's a lot for little legs. So giving them the opportunity to kind of crawl in their stroller, take a little break, rest and relax, nap if they need to, it's totally worth it. If you don't have your own stroller, you don't use one at home, but you still think they might need one for the trip, Disney does rent strollers, so you can go that route. Or there are rental companies that you can rent a cloth normal stroller like you would get at home. The Disney strollers are a hard plastic, so definitely if you're renting a Disney stroller, plan to bring a blanket or a towel or something to put in the stroller. They do get hot when they're in the sun, and they're not the most comfortable. Also know that if you're renting a Disney stroller, it has to stay in the park. So when you leave the park to get on a bus or a monorail or a boat or walk back to your resort, you don't get to take the stroller with you. Renting from an outside company does allow you to take that stroller back to your hotel room with you. So it's a little easier when the kids are tired at the end of a long day to have them in the stroller comfortably. I also liked when my kids were in the stroller a lot because I knew where they were. It's much easier to keep track of them and have a peace of mind when they're in the stroller instead of walking around and constantly making sure somebody's holding your hand or with daddy or with mommy or with grandma or whoever's with you. It's just easier to have them in the stroller sometimes, honestly. Make sure that even if they are old enough to walk and you are still planning to do the stroller, start going on walks at night. Or if you live somewhere where it's cold and you're not able to get outside right now, start walking at the mall or go to Walmart and walk laps. Go somewhere and just start walking. Get them used to being out and moving around a good bit every single day. It kind of helps them build up stamina and get them prepared for spending a day at Disney. It can be a lot. It's overwhelming and stimulating and just a lot. Know that there's gonna be meltdowns during your trip. Regardless of how much you plan and how hard you try, there's going to be meltdowns. There's gonna be meltdowns from your kids, and there's gonna be meltdowns from you. It's gonna be okay. It's all in how you handle them. So keep a few extra things in your park bag. Maybe it's some stickers, bubbles, a new activity book, something small in your bag to help distract and redirect and just kind of comfort your little person. And do the same for you. If you have a favorite gum or mint or something small that you can stick in your own bag when you feel like you're starting to have a meltdown, grab your little comfort item and treat yourself for a few minutes too. Keep their schedules in mind when you're at Walt Disney World. I know you're completely overwhelmed and in a different environment, But still try to keep your schedules in mind. If the kids normally get up at 6:30 and that's what they're used to, there's nothing wrong with them doing that on vacation. Let them kind of stay on that normal schedule. If they take a nap in the afternoon, don't try and push them through to do more and more. We're on vacation, we're at Disney, it costs a lot of money, I'm just going to keep them up. It's just going to cause them to crash and have a big meltdown, and nobody wants to do that. So do try to keep their schedules in mind. Make time to go back to the resort, rest, go to the pool, do something to just kind of step out of vacation mode and stay on the schedule. And do make sure that you're enjoying your resort, especially if you're staying at a Disney resort. Make sure that you're taking the transportation to go back to your room, take a nap, take a rest, wind down, do some pool time, just kind of reset. If you have little people who are going to constantly be asking you, when do we go to Disney? Do we get to go to Disney today? Consider crafting a countdown calendar. So that will help the kids to see how many days do you have left to go to Disney. It can be as simple as writing the days and crossing them off, like an advent calendar at Christmas time. You could do a paper link chain where they get to rip off a new link every single day and they see it getting smaller. There are lots of different options out there for it, but having that visual can be super helpful to know how many more days till we go see Mickey. And if you're giving them a budget for your Disney vacation, if they're not old enough to handle the real money or have that understanding that you have $25 to spend, maybe you're telling your toddler they can get one thing at Disney. So you could print off a Disney dollar or make it yourself. Take a little poker chip, go pick some up from the dollar store, and make them into Disney tokens. So you get one token, and when you find something you want, you give that token to mommy, and that will get you your item. Now, you might have to set up some rules for that, of course, so that they're not picking out, a $75 stuffed animal that you might have to buy an extra seat for on the plane to get home. But just having some kind of a physical reminder and token of, I get something at Disney, and okay, I've used it and I don't have it anymore, so I can't get that, is helpful. Another helpful rule for souvenirs is if you're going to wait till the last day to buy souvenirs, then that's the rule. If you're going to wait till the end of the day in the park to buy things so you don't have to carry it around all the time, then that's the rule. Just a few things to think about before you leave. You can do rider swap at many of the attractions in the different parks. So basically what that means is your party is going to go to the front of the standby line. Do not wait in line. You can just go up to the cast member who's standing there. Tell them that you need to do the rider swap. So if one of your children is too short, one or more of your children is too short to experience the attraction, one of the parents or adults who are with the child, the tall enough children, can go on the attraction, and then when they come off, they're going to give you a little rectangle piece of paper that's basically a fast pass. And then the other parent can go experience the attraction with the child who is big enough to ride the first time. So that way nobody misses out. You don't have to spend a ton of time waiting in line multiple times for everybody to experience attractions. But you do have to have your entire party there. They have to verify that someone is too short to experience the attraction, or people would simply just take advantage of this that Disney offers. There are so many more things to think about and consider, but visit my Pixie Dust Diary for lots more information. I just wanted to share a few with you today, but there are tons more, and I could talk all day about this. I hope you guys have a really great time planning. Your kids are going to have such a good time, and I'll see you over at my Pixie Dust Diary.